Folks, my name is Mike McGiffin. I have the distinct privilege of leading the Regional Chamber Foundation, which raises funds and it makes strategic investments in economic development in this community. I'm very proud to do that work and very proud of everyone in this room for their partnership in our endeavors, be it attending events, investing into the foundation, or serving as a partner of ours in the many ways that folks do. I have a very, very advantageous agenda today. And I am going to basically just kind of get out of the way as much as humanly possible. And I'm going to start by doing that right now. We've got 3 sponsors to hear from. We've got a little TV to watch of some sponsor videos. We're going to hear from Dr. Pintar, Provost of YSU, our very own marketing and graphics cool guy, Jacob Zillinger, and then we're going to hear an update on the state of Mahoning County from Commissioners David Ditzler and Anthony Trafficani. First, I'd like to welcome Akron Children's Hospital, our first speaking sponsor of the day, a 16-year chamber member that has expanded into the Valley immensely. We are so proud of our partnership with Akron Children's. We are proud to have them in this community. They are a staple for us as we plan economic development. So much, in fact, that we volunteered all of our staff's time over their last phone-a-thon to help them raise over $250,000 for their foundation, which we know goes to the families in this community. So thank you for all you do. Can I please welcome speaking Andrea Misovich, Coordinator of Child Advocacy Center, and Jennifer Kolar, Public Information Officer. You got to get right in.
I talk pretty loud. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Well, this is exciting. We're kicking this off. I am Jennifer Kolar. I am the Public Information Officer actually with Mahoning County Children's Services. But what brings me here today, and Andrea from Akron Children's, is that we want to raise a little awareness today about National Child Abuse Prevention Month coming up in April. And real quick, I'm with Mahoning County Children's Services, and we are the public agency that is mandated to investigate reports of child abuse and neglect in Mahoning County. And as part of that mission, one of the things we like to do in the community is encourage people to learn the warning signs of child abuse and neglect and also how to report. So coming up in April, as I mentioned, it's National Child Abuse Prevention Month. So agencies and child protective services and organizations that we partner with, like Akron Children's and other advocacy organizations, come together to raise awareness in each of our communities, encouraging people to learn more about reporting and the warning signs. Just a real quick snapshot before I hand it over to Andrea, because we partner throughout the month on different activities to raise that awareness, and we have different events that we would encourage everyone to, pay a little bit more attention if you see us out in the community. But just so you know, a little snapshot in Mahoning County. In 2023, for the whole year, there were over 4,900 reports of child abuse and neglect that people in our community called into Children's Services to report something that they saw. Out of the 4,900 calls that we received of reports, over 1,200 cases were actually opened. So anyway, we were working very hard at Children's Services and diligently, and we have a wonderful partnership with Akron Children's that Andrea is going to explain a little bit more about that partnership and what we're doing throughout the month of April. I'm going to hand that off to you.
Okay, hello. Like she said, I'm Andrea Mistovich. I'm the coordinator of the Child Advocacy Center, or a service of Akron Children's Hospital. We've been partnering with Mahoning County Children's Services since our doors opened in January of 2000. We also see children from Trumbull County and Columbiana County. The Child Advocacy Center, also known as the CAC, sees children who have alleged physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, and we also see children who have been human trafficking. Since we opened our doors in January of 2000, we have seen over 10,000 children from those 3 counties. But we also collaborate, which is why we're here today, each April with Mahoning County Children's Services to bring an event to the Mahoning Valley called the Pinwheels for Prevention event. I don't know if any of you have ever came to our event, but we do invite you. The postcards are on the table if you're interested. But the Pinwheels is a collaboration, like I said, between us. It's an event to raise awareness for Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month, which, like Jennifer said, is in April. The event is on April 10th at 11 a.m. at Boardman Township Park in the Rotary Room, and we'll have a light lunch following the event. Our keynote speaker this year is Regina Alston. She's a former Mahoning County foster child and the CEO and founder of Lena's Adventure. She's also an author of several child books that talk about adoption and foster care through the eyes of a child. If you're interested in attending our event, there is a way to RSVP. We do need an RSVP since we offer food on the card on your table. If you're interested in attending, please see, you'll either email me or Jennifer, and our emails are on the card. We also invite you on March 28th, we're going to plant the pinwheels in front of Boardman Park in front of the St. James Meeting House. We invite you after that day to ride by, see the pinwheels. They're very beautiful, especially if the sun is shining and there's a little bit of wind. The pinwheels start moving, it looks like they're going to take flight. But they're very pretty, so we invite all of you to please ride by and look at them. And to end this, Jennifer and I both want you to know it only takes one person to make a difference in a child's life by seeing that some type of abuse is happening in their life and report it. You don't have to be the expert. Mahoning County Children's Services are the expert. Call them, report it. It can be anonymous if you want it to, but you might be that one person that can make a difference in that child's life. So we ask you, if you witness it, even suspect it, please report it. So thank you very much for letting Jennifer and I talk to you today, and I hope to see you at the Pinwheels event.
Okay, so I want to exercise a little segue here. Our next speaking sponsor is Professional Engine Systems, which has been in business nearly 40 years in this community, and they provide power, mostly in the form of generators, I believe. Is that correct, guys? And they're a proud sponsor of this entity, and we're a proud partner and proud to have them as a sponsor for the third year in a row. But I want to show something here. I think we're onto something. There could be maybe some wind power generated from Akron Children's fundraiser. You guys might want to work out some kind of deal. Please welcome Zach Miller, electrical engineer, commercial industrial sales. I'm going to leave this here for a little R&D for you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you. We're excited to be here this morning, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing at Professional Engine Systems. I'm actually new to the company. Today is actually my 60th day, so that means I'm finally past the period where I can have health insurance, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. But I'm very, very happy to be a part of Professional Engine Systems and the things that they're doing, and what we can do for the community, and what we want to do for each and every single one of you is to put the power back in your hands. As most of us know, our power systems that we typically deal with right now are flawed, and they're aging, and power outages are becoming more and more frequent. But before I get into all of that, I just want to thank the Lake Club for hosting this event here this morning, and I want to thank the Regional Chamber for putting this event on. This is such a beautiful event and a beautiful location that we all get to come together in. But we need to just do a little bit of math to understand the true impact that professional generator systems can have for you and your business. And it's simple. If you put Mahoning County together with professional generator systems, what you get is a security for your business when utility power isn't wanting to secure your business. The failing utility power that we have and our systems that we have right now that are causing a lot of power outages that we're experiencing is causing a lot of businesses, both small and large, to lose a lot of sales. But the big question is, what will a power outage cost you and your company specifically? We hear about these power outages in the news, but what is it doing to you, or what can it do to you? Maybe you haven't experienced a power outage yet, but an outage sends shock waves that affect more than just your profits. And that's the number one thing that we have to understand, is that it's more than just money, because all of us know that our goal is to drive profit in our businesses, but to do that, in our different industries, there are different things that we have to make sure that we're doing well. And so whether you're in retail, manufacturing, whether you work for a nursing home, or whether you're in banking, or you're some sort of service center, there's different capabilities that you have to drive those profits. You have to have relationships with your customers. You have to be able to field calls. There's certain things that you have to be able to accomplish. So the risks for all of these different industries are different, but the concern is still the same. The concern is we have to have power to power our industry. And so if you are in retail, you're going to experience a loss of sales if you experience a loss of power. If you're in manufacturing, you're going to experience a loss of trust from your partners that you are selling to. If you're in the healthcare industry, you're going to experience an inability to provide necessary care. If you're in the banking industry, you're going to experience a loss of reliability. And if you're in the service industry, you're going to experience an inability to field those service calls. And so these are all issues that we can all run into. We always think that power outages aren't going to affect us until one day a power outage does. And that's when you'll think of professional generator systems. At least we hope that you will. The solution is always going to be professional generator systems, because when the power goes out, we never do. We never do. We always have the ability to provide power even when utility doesn't. Thank you, everybody, this morning. Very happy to be here.
What was it, the great storm of 2023 or 22? I can't remember how long ago. I'm getting old, so it's hard to keep years. But we lost power for like 2 or 3 days, and it was rough. And I watched a house 4 or 5 houses down with a Generac generator on the side of the house just glowing for like 3 days. Yeah, I heard it from my wife that time, I'll tell you that. But speaking of power, we're on a roll right now with the segues. We go from wind power at Akron Children's and health power to generator power, and now let's go to electronics and EVs. In May of 22, Foxconn closed on the purchase of the General Motors plant in Lordstown. That was a big day for this community, and every day since, this community is still behind you in great partnership, and we know you're behind us, and we're grateful to have you here. So to speak on behalf of Foxconn, I'd like to welcome their public information officer, their chief external affairs boss, our dear friend, Mr. Matt Dewan.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me here today, and special thanks to the Chamber for bringing everyone together. My name is Matt Wine, and I'm responsible for external affairs at Foxconn. Today, I just want to speak briefly about our community and how special it is to be in an area where everyone comes together and supports each other. When Foxconn took over the former General Motors plant in May of 2022, many were uncertain of what would happen, and many were uncertain of who Foxconn is or what our plans were for that facility. What immediately happened was truly special. As soon as we entered the building, there was an entire community here ready to welcome us and support us and welcome us to the Mahoning Valley. Everyone from business owners, local officials, universities quickly showed our company that we made the right choice in setting up shop here in the Mahoning Valley. Following the reveal of the Monarch tractor, one of the products that we're proud to produce in Lordstown, a group of individuals joined us from the Valley to see the first production models of those vehicles in Livermore, California. It was special to have those who are also working to ensure the Mahoning Valley is the best place to live and to work join us all the way across the company and support us. When we revealed the first production models of those tractors at our plant, we had the pleasure of greeting hundreds of different community members at our facility, and we hope to have many more of those celebrations in the future as we get more product into that plant. Our goal at Foxconn is fairly simple. It's to build product and to be good members of the community. It's reassuring to have so many people in the same community share that same vision as we do. Growing up in Cincinnati and living in Cleveland, I can tell you I've never seen a community that comes together and supports each other like happens here. It's just a truly unique thing that is special to the Mahoning Valley. While we work hard to fill our facility with more product. We want to thank everyone who we have had the pleasure to work with and partner with here in the Mahoning Valley. We're excited to grow our partnerships with you and become further involved in this community. It is truly a pleasure to be able to grow the Mahoning Valley with all of you. Thank you.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. Now comes the time where we watch a little TV, maybe 5 or 6 minutes of TV. And this is a new product of the Chambers. We recognize that some of our folks might not necessarily like to give an update behind a podium and might be able to tell a better story through video. And so we wanted to be able to offer that to our member businesses. So first off, I'd like to introduce a video by Armstrong, a near 45-year member of the Chamber and 80 years in business. Great friend of our organization, frequently supporting and recording our events for all to see. Please watch some TV with me.
Good morning, Mahoning County. I am Dan McGagan, General Manager of Armstrong. First, I would like to thank the Chamber for partnering with Armstrong. We are proud to have served the Valley with television, internet, and telephone services since 1974. I've been employed at Armstrong for 44 of those 50 years, and I've seen many changes and technical advances. With that, we are currently rebuilding our entire network and will offer a new, complete fiber-based network. This advanced system will include fiber installed into every home. This investment ensures Armstrong will continue to serve the Mahoning Valley for years to come. The network that the area currently is enjoying works very well, but the new fiber network will have increased reliability while providing an unlimited platform for the future of broadband. We are also proud to be directly involved with the community by supporting local charities, schools, and other organizations that help make the Mahoning Valley a great place to call home. We are local. Our employees live, work, and play here. We pride ourselves by giving back to the Mahoning Valley. Thank you to all of you and our customers. We strive to keep providing the best internet, telephone, and television services possible. Enjoy your day.
Okay, very nice. Another long timer here, because I'm excited to welcome dear friends in the roofing industry. Boak & Sons is a first-time sponsor of Good Morning Mahoning. However, they are a long-time member at 30 years. This is a really incredible thing. We've got a lot of these companies that are constantly supporting community through the Chamber, and for that we are quite grateful. Celebrating 50 years in business. Is that this year? Congratulations. Long-time expertise in roofing, insulation, siding, gutters, and more. Please turn your attention to the screens for Boak & Sons.
To tell you about Boak & Sons, this is our 50th year we've been in business. And in 50 years, so much has happened, so much has changed. And it just all started with a guy who was in college, who saw a need in the marketplace. The energy costs were rising, so he started an insulation company with the help of his dad. And shortly it grew, the business grew and grew and grew. And throughout the years, we did quality work. We focused on giving our customers more than they expected. And we grew into shingle roofing. We grew into gutters and siding. We grew into commercial roofing. And now we're doing, architectural sheet metals and so on. So we've continued to grow with the product offering that are very complementary to each other. But we've always kept our focus on providing our customers with quality work and giving them more than they expect for a very fair price.
With the great people we have at Boak & Sons, my job and where I'm at has been much, much simplified. And I got great people, but we always say that. But it's allowed me to get more involved in the community. And my wife and I have taken a position we love giving back. I think if we take from the community, it's our responsibility to give back to the community. And I'd love to see everybody out there partake in that.
And last but certainly not least, Shepherd of the Valley, another fantastic organization in the community. Big numbers again. taking care of our senior citizens through its many facilities in Mahoning and Trumbull counties. 52 years in business and 32 years as a member. Please turn your attention to the screens for Shepherd of the Valley.
Welcome to Shepherd of the Valley, where we treat everyone like family. For over 50 years, Shepherd of the Valley has continued to offer first-class senior living in the Mahoning Valley. Through our continuum of care that's second to none, we are dedicated to each resident's physical, cognitive, and emotional well-being. Our specialized care team creates personalized care plans for each resident, providing families and caregivers peace of mind. We offer a wide variety of activities in a friendly environment, keeping your loved ones young at heart. Our mission is to provide the highest quality of care so each resident can continue to live their best life. Visit shepherdofthevalley.com to find out more.
Okay, two more sponsors to thank, and then I promise we're on to the headliners. Express Employment Professionals, leading staffing provider, helping job seekers find work with a wide variety of local businesses. It's so ironic to me how relevant all of this is with the workforce challenges. Talk to us, talk to Express Employment Professionals. I love the connections here. Dessert sponsor, Nothing But Cakes. Relevance again with the Chamber and all of these partners recognizing we need an increase in population. Ron and Cecilia Bowler moved to this community just a few years ago as entrepreneurs, opened up Nothing But Cakes. They are the epitome of who we're looking for. So I believe I see them in the back. If you see them, stop by, grab a bun cake. I guarantee you won't regret it. If you've been to our events, you're probably pretty familiar. They're exceptional. Upcoming events, 2 lattes and legislators events. Ohio BWC Administrator John Loge at the Grand Resort on April 1st. Speaking of legislators, we've got our headliners today, Mr. Commissioner Anthony Trafficani and Commissioner Ditzler. I recognize Representative Monica Blaisdell is here as well. Thank you for being with us today, folks. Annual meeting breakfast, April 10th at Waypoint 4180, featuring Gary Brantley, Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for the NFL. This is a Youngstown native, a gentleman who grew up and was educated on the south side of Youngstown, who's made it all the way to the top tech position in the NFL. We are proud of him, and we are proud to welcome him back into this community, April 10th at Waypoint 4180. Good morning, Youngstown, on April 18th at Standby Auditorium. Visit regionalchamber.com for more details. Youngstown State University Interim Provost, Dr. Jennifer Pintar. Jennifer joined the YSU faculty in 1999 as an instructor and was named, worked up through the ranks of professorship and was named department chair in 2014 and ultimately interim provost and vice president for academic affairs. She's got a lengthy list of professional publications and presentations and grants and service awards in this bio, but let me sum this up. How many pages is your CV? Is it like 6 or 7 pages or something like that? 1? Well, more. That's what I would have guessed. So, folks, please welcome Dr. Jennifer Pintar.
Does it work when I talk like that? You want me to take it out? All right, good morning. Earlier this week, President Johnson walked to my office and said, I'm not going to be able to make a meeting that I'm supposed to talk at on Friday. Would you be willing to cover it? And I thought, oh, great. He's going to have all these congressional stories, and I'm not going to have any stories about Congress. I'm going to really let these people down. So I wrote on my to-do list, brush up on storytelling. And then he said, and it's at 7:30 in the morning. And I said, great, I'm going to have to tell a few jokes to keep people awake. So I wrote down, brush up on joke telling. And then he said, but it's with the Chamber of Commerce. And I said, oh, okay. I don't have to do any of that because by 7:30 in the morning, these folks have already attended at least one meeting and have had at least 2 or 3 employee interactions. So I don't need to tell any jokes or stories. They've got enough on their own. So I do appreciate you allowing me to come here in his place and talk a little bit about what's going on at Youngstown State University. We have a lot going on, if you haven't noticed in the news. But one of the things that I think of when I think of the word chamber is the heart. My background is in health and fitness, and so when I think of chambers, I automatically go to a 4-chambered heart. And if you think of the different chambers in the heart, each of them has their own function and reason for existing. But only when they all work together are they efficiently pumping out enough nourishment to keep the body and the brain alive and thriving. And I thought about that, and I thought about how relevant that is to this Chamber of Commerce. Only when we're all working together does the community really thrive. And so when I'm talking about what's going on at Youngstown State University today, I hope that you see yourselves in what we're doing, either as ways that you've helped us get to where we're at, or ways where we can be involved with your businesses. So let me talk first about the Division of Workforce Education and Innovation at YSU. That's an area that we have taken a really hard look at. We are taking it back to its roots. We've deconstructed it. We really know that the purpose of the Workforce Education and Innovation is to reskill and upskill for the community needs. And so we have brought down those areas, put it underneath our College of STEM, which is Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. That doesn't mean we're only looking at helping out STEM areas, but we have people that are really focused on K through 12 education, how we can help in those areas and really fortify and make sure that people, when they think of needing help with K through 12, they think of YSU. We also are starting to do a lot of work with those technical and engineering areas. And so when you need those reskilling and upskilling, we're going to make sure that we have the ability to help you out. When we're talking about Eastern Gateway, our neighbors that are going under financial problems, and you probably have heard that they will be closing this summer. And so the state has asked YSU to step up to the plate and to make sure that we have a presence not only in Youngstown, but in Jefferson County. And so what we're doing now is replicating the programs and the offerings of Eastern Gateway so that those students can continue their education and make sure that they don't skip a beat on their way to graduation. But what that also means for folks in our counties is that we're going to be able to offer programs such as welding, CDL training, flight school, some really neat adds to our programming. And then we're also adding a number of associate degrees. And so the associate degrees are a way that we can start to stack credentials. So there's some students that really don't want to commit to a 4 or 6 year bachelor's degree, but they can commit to that certificate, which we can then show them how that can integrate, and they can commit to that associate's degree, which we can then build upon that and get them to commit to that bachelor's degree. And all of that we know is important to businesses in our area. And so as we take a look at those associate degrees, we're embedding them within our bachelor's degrees so that they are literally stepping stones for students. So that's what we're doing in the education front. We have seen an increase in our applications, and compared to last year, we've admitted more students at YSU at this time compared to last year, and that is even without looking at the Eastern Gateway students that are coming on over to our institution. So we are seeing an uptick in students that are coming over. And with our chamber, or space, if you will, in all of this, being higher education, we know that our role is to educate students, but it doesn't stop there. Our role is to inspire students to want to stay in the area. As a regional public school, it's our job to make sure that these students are motivated to not only become better citizens, but also to contribute to society. And as a regional public, we want those students to stay here in Trumbull and the Mahoning counties. And we want them to to visit your businesses, be a part of your businesses, and ultimately be a part of your workforce and spend a lifetime in Youngstown. So your support in working with these students is so critical to the success of both of us. Some other things that we're doing is an undergraduate online program. We've had a lot of success with graduate online programs in the verticals of business and nursing and education. So we are turning out more and more educators when we need them more than ever, more nurses, and of course, we all need more business folks, right? So we are having a lot of success in those graduate programs. So we're now taking on a new initiative to start some fully online undergraduate programs. The state of Ohio has an initiative to get those students who have some college, no degree. And so those are the students we're going after with this undergraduate online. We don't want to see the numbers of face-to-face students drop at our campus, but what we do want to see is reaching those students that are over 25 years of age, that have some college but no degree. And so we're reaching out to them with this undergraduate online program. So you're going to start to see a really big marketing campaign towards the end of this year where we're reaching out to those students. We also developed a graduate program that is face-to-face, that is data science and statistics. And that program went from having about 6 students to graduating over 120 students this coming fall term. So that program just took off. And that's an example of getting feedback from the community and making sure that we address the needs. We have a data mine program that works with businesses. And so we put our students to work to solve unique business problems. So if your company's interested in how we can help with that, that would be reaching out to our dean of the STEM college, Wim Steeland, and he'll put you in touch with folks that can help you out. We're also doing a big push for homeschooled students. The number of homeschooled students is on the rise. It's increased by about 50%. And so reaching those homeschooled students and making them comfortable in our environment is another big push at YSU. We are looking at our military, active military. There's new regulations in the military that if you want to climb up in your ranks, you need to have that master's degree. And so we're looking at how we can make that more accessible for our military. Our veterans as well, making them comfortable on our campus. Our president is a veteran himself, and so he is very interested in making sure that veterans have a place at YSU. And of course, our international reach. Trying to populate the area is very important to all of us. And so how can we bring more people into these counties? So the international realm is important as well. And then we're starting a new program that's very important to our president, and it's called Penguin Prep. Our president, if he was here, one of the stories he would tell you is that he probably wasn't the smartest person when he was in the military, but it took some people to recognize his talents, to go to him and say, hey, you do matter, you can do this, and you are good. And so his Penguin Prep program is looking at students with a much lower GPA than you would normally expect to see as scholarshiped, so under a 3.0, but that have that it factor. Those students that the teachers recognize and say, you can do this. College isn't that scary. And so we're working on how to bring those students in that are identified by those local schools and have them have that college experience with a lot of guidance from YSU. So we are not just looking to be an elitist school, we are looking to make sure that everyone feels welcome. And then we've also added a government affairs area. Believe it or not, we have not had that at YSU. And so by having that government affairs, we are able to start attracting more grants from the federal government and from the state government. And that's something that we just hoped would come by before, but now we're actively pursuing those grants. And many of those grants tie in with local businesses. And so they're looking for us to incorporate other businesses with YSU's education. And so we'll be tapping into a lot of your organizations to see if you want to partner with us on grants. And then, of course, we're looking to reconstruct our student center. It would be in the same place that it is now. That building's been there forever. But one of the exciting things, and the reason why I'm sharing that with you all, is because we're hoping to have a more community engagement with that, having much larger spaces so that businesses can come on campus and engage with our students, engage with our faculty, and really bring that community feel to the campus. Of course, parking will always be a problem, but that's something that we'll just pretend doesn't exist as a problem, but it does. Thought leaders is the other thing that I wanted to mention, and that is thought leaders is something that we like to bring in onto our campus to stimulate conversation. A lot of brainstorming sessions just to say, what's important to you folks in the community and how can YSU help fill that need? Because going back to the story about the heart with the 4 chambers, you know, while they do have their own function, if they don't cooperate and work together, we all know what happens. Not only does the body die, but so does the heart. So it's not an altruistic behavior that the chambers all work together in the heart. And just like that, we all have to work together. And YSU wants to be that partner. And I need to thank so many of you around this room for all the support and help that you have given to YSU. You've given your financial, you've opened your wallets and given us help that way. You've also opened your doors and welcomed our students in. And that kind of support is exactly what our university thrives on. So you are the lifeline for our university, and we hope to serve the same for you. So thank you so much, and go Gwens.
Very nice, Dr. Pintar. As I, along with probably many other people in this room, am a proud Penguin, very happy to see the growth of campus in the student population. We are behind you, we are with you. A piece of advice, if you will take it. If you're gonna stand in for President Johnson, all you gotta do is like talk with a little bit of twang and everybody be okay. All right? So just, you got it. Thank you for being with us, Dr. Pintar. So the next gentleman up to speak is responsible for quite a bit of the creativity that you see, the graphics, the the coloring, perfect. So that's kind of an ongoing joke. I kind of downplay his expertise, but he really is an expert. This gentleman, we call him our resident cool guy because he thinks he's that, and he is. But we let him out of the cave today, away from his computer screen with graphic design and in front of the crowd, because he has done an exceptional job, and we are proud to have him report that to all of you. So please welcome our marketing and graphics specialist, Jacob Zillinger.
Thanks, Mike. Good morning, everybody. As Mike said, I'm Jacob Zillinger, marketing and graphics specialist for the Chamber. Just want to give you a quick update on what the marketing team is working on lately. So the Chamber marketing team, there's 3 of us. My boss, Senior Vice President of Marketing and Member Services, Kim Calvert, Monique Bennett, my counterpart, we have the same title, and then myself, Jacob Zillinger. If you don't recognize me, it's because I'm normally behind the camera at these events, so I figured I'd bring you all behind the camera as well. Take a picture real quick. I wouldn't be a good social media manager if I didn't get some content. So everybody, smile. In the back, can you scoot in a little bit? All right. That'll be on our Facebook page and our Instagram and all the other social media pages later, so make sure you go find that. So what does the Chamber marketing team do? There is a lot that marketing encompasses. First of all, being email marketing. Monique, since she came on last year, has taken that over, and she's done an incredible job with it. Seen a lot of growth. Our subscribers have grown by 10%, and all of these numbers are from 2022 to 2023. And then our open rate has grown by 21.8%. So not that 21.8% of our emails are opened, but it has grown by that. So we're actually at 40%. Industry average is anywhere from 18 to 25-ish%. So a 40% open rate is something we're really, really happy with. So great job, Monique. Event branding is probably my favorite part of the job. So all these logos that you see up here, the print pieces that you hold when you come to maybe a bigger event like the program or the signs at the bar, or even the PowerPoint that was playing, that's our team that created that. That's definitely my favorite part of the job. The Chamber recently invested in our internal photography. We purchased a DSLR, and if you don't know what that means, I don't either. I probably could have looked it up before, but I'm not 100% sure what DSLR means. I just know it takes a really, really good picture. So that when we go out of state, out of the city to our flying and driving events, we can take pictures and don't have to look for a photographer down there. Social media is where I primarily live. As you've seen, I just took a picture of you all, so make sure you go find that later. From 2022 to 2023, we've seen a 31% reach in our growth in our reach. Reach, for those of you that don't know, is how many different Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn pages we're hitting. So if you've ever seen our posts on your social media feeds, you've helped me out with that number, so thank you. We've also seen a 20.6% growth in engagement. Engagement is anytime you like, comment, share, or any of those fun things on a social media post. So in January, we hit our record of 81,000 of both reach and engagement. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Twin Peaks ribbon cutting post for those really good numbers. We're also in the middle of redesigning our website. We're working with the team at IDMI to bring you a 2024 website, not a 2016 website. We're really excited. That's, I think, close to being finished up. It should be a little bit more mobile friendly, so we're excited to see that. And then a couple other projects we're working on. On the left, you can see the marketing toolkit. That's going to be a free document for any of our members to download. More of the small members, the one-man band members that maybe can't afford to hire externally for their marketing services. They can't afford to hire an internal marketing person. And that'll tell them, how to set up a Facebook page, how to get your MailChimp account going, all the free resources that you can use that maybe you didn't know about, and even the member resources that you have as a chamber member. In the middle there, we have our Chamber Champions video series. I think, so that's Holly Swartz. She's here somewhere. Thank you, Holly, for being a chamber champion. She recently filmed a video with us to talk about her member benefits and all of the good that that's doing for Hitchhiker Manufacturing. We found out that she's saving, I think, in the ballpark of $1,300. Was that? Yeah, $1,300 a year with just her member benefits. So that was really exciting to see. And if you are interested in being a champion for the chamber, please let your favorite chamber employee know so we can come film a video for you as well. Lastly, on the right is our membership passport, which was an idea of Monique's. It's a 12-month journey for new and first-year members to essentially take the best advantage they can of their membership. So how to sign up for how to use your free event passes, how to sign up for membership benefits, who to contact for those membership benefits, how to download the marketing toolkit, all those things. And it's in a cool, actually passport-sized thing that's going to be printed out and given to members. So we're really excited about that as well. Lastly, if you want to find that picture I just took or just generally interact with our social media pages, this is a QR code to our Facebook, so please scan that and go like the picture. I'm sure most of you are in it, so that'd be fun to find. So that's all for me. Thank you all for your time.
Very nicely done, Jacob.
Can I have my phone, please?
Yeah, I guess. Jacob does a great job. We're very proud of him. Very creative fella. Monique, our newest member to the marketing team, fit right in on day one and produces just as exceptionally. As you could see, those folks are here to make sure that you get an ROI on your membership. As a matter of fact, everybody in the chamber is here to do that. So if we want that for you, we want to be that entity that is able to produce positive results for your businesses. So thank you. We're very proud of you, Jacob. Headliners, guys. Commissioner Dave Ditzler, Commissioner Anthony Trafficani, here to give a state of Mahoning County. I think, according to my watch, you guys got somewhere in the neighborhood of an hour and 25 minutes. If everybody's like, I can't believe he just said that. Please welcome, guys, Commissioner Dave Ditzler, Commissioner Anthony Trafficani to give us an update on Mahoning County.
Good morning. So my name is Dave Ditzler. I'm one of your Mahoning County Commissioners. And my colleague Anthony Trafficani, he is the president of the board of Mahoning County Commissioners. Carol Getty couldn't be here this morning. The three of us serve as your county commissioners. And it's not true, in case any of you heard out there this morning, that Anthony and I are here to promote a sequel to the movie Twins. It's not true. It's definitely not true. So, but collectively, the three of us serve as your CEO to your $300 million corporation, which is Mahoning County. We oversee 1,400 full-time employees, 150 part-time employees, 47 separate departments, 31 individual elected county officials, and 25 labor contracts. So we have the responsibility to protect the health, safety, and welfare of 240,000 residents of Mahoning County. And if we don't work very closely together and cooperatively, then you may misconstrue us with the federal government or perhaps Trumbull County. So anyway, that was supposed to be a joke. And I had one more when the provost was up there. I remember when we were at YSU, and I was there in the 70s, and the Jam Bar had a cartoon on the front. I always remember this, and it said, President Humphreys is going to double the parking at YSU. And then it had a picture of him out there painting a line in between all the other lines that were in the parking lot. And that always made me laugh. But financial stability is really the key to Mahoning County government, and I'll let Anthony touch on that.
Thank you, Danny. You can just call me Arnold. All right. First time I've ever been referred to as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thanks, Dave. What a beautiful crowd this morning. Thank you all for coming out, and this is a good thing. We've had some great speakers here, and we're talking about positive things here about Mahoning County. You know, Mahoning County has never been in the best financial situation that we have been in years. And we're not standing up here to take credit for any of that, because we have a very wonderful and gifted staff. We have defended our bond rating since 2018. And you all know, you're all business people. I come from a business background, how the fluctuations are in the economy. And Mahoning County was able to ride out those fiscal storms, and we're able to retain and defend our bond rating. And as recently, we had an upgrade in our bond from a AA plus to a AA minus. I know the minus is fooling a few people, but that's actually one of the highest ratings that you can get. Mahoning County no longer has to pay bond insurance. That has freed us up fiscally. We are more cash liquid. Mahoning County has been very good at paying down debt. Why? Because we have been very conservative in our spending. And you don't have to believe me or Dave. You can look at our audits. We're audited for almost everything that we do here in the county. And not only am I proud to say that we're able to accomplish that, and you're all business people, and you all know and understand the bottom line, but we do have a bottom line being accountable in government. We have built stabilization reserves in Mahoning County in both of our two major funds that funds your community. That's the general fund itself, and of course the Justice Tax Fund. And if I may, real quick, just thank the community for supporting that Justice Tax. That's the largest part of our county budget that funds four critical and crucial parts to the safety of this community. All of you have businesses here in this community, and you've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. So would you want to have a government that is failing, or would you like a government that is in the black, like Mahoning County is, for your kids, your future, has a place to live and say that you're safe? That's what we do day in and day out in Mahoning County government. So we're proud to do that as a team of county commissioners. Our bond ratings are right here. You can see we have Standards and Poor's. We used to go to New York actually for a few days before COVID hit. And I remember we were wiping a microphone in COVID. Remember those days? Yep. We did do it today. But however, you can see exactly where we are. This is your bond rating. And the provost spoke about the heart in all of its chambers. Well, this is basically our echocardiogram. And we are in very good normal sinus rhythm. There's no heart valve replacement coming. We don't have to go on Coumadin. Mahoning County is in a very good place fiscally, and I'm proud of the team, the staff that we have that was able to accomplish this. Moving on, Dave's going to talk about some of the sanitary sewer projects. Because of the conservative spending and fiscal responsibility and good management practices, we were able to come up and support $55 million in sanitary projects for your community, for our community. So Dave, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Anthony. Actually, you know, that Anthony touched on that. The bond rating enabled us to be able to be proactive. And that's the key. You know, every one of us, you know that when you get up in the morning and if your checkbook has a balance in it, it's a little better day than if you're scratching to pay bills. So government's no different, you know, and we've been able to build those reserves like Anthony said. And a lot of it has been done based on the transparency that we have in county government. You know, we were the first to have open checkbook with the state treasurer and honored out of the 88 counties to bring that into, so you can see all of our expenditures online. Our sales tax, Anthony touched on, you know, we all talk about taxes and we're all looking at the property taxes, reassessments, and different things that happen. But the most important thing is the sales tax. I know we pay 7.5%, but only 1.5 comes back to Mahoning County. And we vote on all of those as an opportunity to bring those sales taxes into use for Mahoning County. So the 1.5%, we have 1/4% that we just recently put on, the voters put on as a road levy, basically, that we worked with, or Pat Giannetti worked with the 14 townships, and we were able to secure that from the residents of Mahoning County to move forward with road renovations and road projects and infrastructure. We also, of the 1.5%, you have 3/4% that goes to the Sheriff's Department, the Justice Department. We were the first county in the state of Ohio. Me coming from a township, you know, we always had road levies, police levies, fire levies, specific. The county government always had just a general fund sales tax. Anthony Carroll and I became the board that created the first justice tax specifically for the sheriff, the prosecutor, 911, and the coroner. So that mandates 3/4% has to go for that use. The other 1/2% goes for all the balance of county government. The 1/4% road tax, it's really been a big help for Mahoning County. If you're looking at the percentages, you may note the first one, 5.75 goes to the state of Ohio. So when we get upset about who takes all of our money and you can't vote on it, 5 3/4 to the state, 1/4 goes to WRTA. So 6 of the 7.5% have nothing to do with the county, that don't come back to the county, that we voted on. So with the roads, on the 1/4% roads, it's really been a real benefit to Mahoning County. Pat Giannetti and his staff has been able to put 60 miles of roads resurfaced in 2023, and 70 miles are planned for 2024. We have a $7 million project that was just bid out and approved coming through with road resurfacing in Mahoning County. The one big thing always is that the county roads in the outlying rural areas never got resurfaced. Well, that was because they didn't meet the OPWC, the Ohio Public Works, for traffic studies. So there wasn't enough traffic on them to get funding, federal and state, to be able to do those roads. Well, with this program, we were able to go out to all the outlying areas and do a lot of work and renovations and resurfacing. So that's really been the benefit of the sales tax levy, because now we're able to go out and do roads that we don't have to get funding for from OPWC and things of that nature. One of the other things that, you know, Anthony touched on is the financial stability. And with the financial stability, one of the ways we were able to get to that point was through several innovative ways and tools to create dollars for infrastructure and for improvements that had never been used in Mahoning County. We created a TIF, tax increment financing, a TID, transportation infrastructure district, both of which generate capital from not the taxpayers' dollars, but from the taxes the business pays when they come in like the Racino, the biggest project, $60 million Racino. We created the first TIF at that Racino, which meant that all the new taxes they paid, 50% of it went into a bowl that created infrastructure improvement. So it was able to generate $7 million that Pat and his staff were able to parlay into more than $15 million with matching funds and create additional infrastructure improvements. That freed up his budget to move funds to other parts of the county and around to projects that were necessary and that have been on the drawing board for a long time. You want to touch on this? Right now, a lot of things that are positive moving forward in the drawing are on the drawing board that are amazing. You know, and I see Guy Coviello here. One of the things that we're most proud of and think that is going to be a real benefit for us, because, you know, we have to look beyond where we're all sitting today, you know, and we need to plant seeds that are going to grow and bloom down the road for our children and our children's children. And we think that moving forward with the Mahoning Valley Partnership, along with Trumbull County, and collectively there's Eastgate, I see Jim Kinnick here, the Chamber, Guy, the Port Authority, Valley Partners, and the Youngstown Foundation are the 5 entities that we're going to get together, and we're going to implement a study that Ernst & Young did for the 2050 Mahoning Valley Partnership. And we're looking, just in this year alone, to stabilize and expand existing businesses. We're looking for public awareness of the arts and culture to move forward. We're looking for workforce training, and we're going to touch on increasing the stability of the nonprofits in Mahoning County. So just one of the things that the Mahoning Valley Partnership is going to do. And the other project, one of the other projects that's huge is the Myoris project. I'll let Anthony touch on.
Thank you, Dave. A lot of information, and you know, real quick with the Valley Vision 2050, when this was brought to the commissioners, it was a no-brainer. If we don't partner regionally, then we're not going anywhere. If we don't go forward, we're basically staying in the past. You know, you have some great numbers here recently. I know between the years of 2020 and 2023, you had 50 leads. And from 20 to 23, those leads on mega projects grew 20% per year, one of those being Altium cells. We're talking mega million-dollar projects, billion-dollar projects. So why wouldn't we, as a group of commissioners, want to collaborate regionally and put up $1 million each county to put our money where our mouth is? We've lost population here. We have a problem. We have a brain trust drain in this community. We need more young people. And I know the Chamber has worked very hard with the Appalachian Regional Commission to get these tech grants, where you're trying to continue to put young people in the pipeline for training and retraining. That's what's important to all of us as business people in this room, and that's why we decided to do, as Dave said, become part of that Valley Vision. We have to have a goalpost, and that sets it for the future. We're looking at technology right now in Mahoning County. We've put up millions of dollars of federal ARPA money that we could do broadband throughout Mahoning County. You know, there's been 5 particular communities, townships in Mahoning County that have absolutely no connectivity. We were able to put up $2 million to start that project with Eastgate. And I think Steve Kristen is here. If Steve would raise his hand. There he is. Steve has been working, and him and Jim Kinnick, to help us with the money that we're able to put up. And we're working very hard to get that broadband, that fiber, to the rest of the community, because believe me, COVID was the test pilot. There was people who couldn't even do telehealth during that time. So you figure, you know, it's 2024 and we don't have connectivity in certain parts of the county. So hopefully this Eastgate broadband rural expansion is going to do that. We have a ton of projects going right now. And one of the things that I like to see here, and I've read the statistics, we're number 1 for millennial home ownership. We are number 1 for the best place to retire. We are number 9 for the best place to totally retired, and we're 62nd out of 150 as the best place to live. Those are good numbers. There's something happening here. We need to talk about us. We need to talk about our story. And everything that Dave has said and we have said and what the Chamber has done, partnering with all of these agencies, this is good stuff, folks. This is what young people, the university, has been part of doing this. They got seed money to help do this. And you did a great job, by the way. Nice to meet you. So if we have all of these economic groups working in conjunction together with the Chamber at the head, we cannot fail, and we don't want to do that. So at this time, Dave, I'll turn it back over to you.
And one of the things that's really proofs in the pudding is that we, over the last 4 years, our building inspection department has an annual over the last 4 years of $290 million a year in building permits taken out in Mahoning County for new construction. And that means $1.16 billion has been invested into this Mahoning County infrastructure over the last 4 years. So it shows that a lot of the things and the trends that we've got going in Mahoning County collectively, with all of your help and the partnership that we have between business, labor, and government, is really the best it's ever been in Mahoning County. And really the benefits that come out of that, and Anthony was talking about the broadband and Myoris and that project. One of the things that we did, we've got over $5 million invested into the Myoris / Involta. Those are the names of our projects. But what's happened is we've created what we call the middle mile is being established in Mahoning County, where we're running lines between 75 government entities, police stations, fire stations, government buildings from north, south, east, and west, the entire Mahoning County. And when we're doing that, to create a closed system so that it can't get hacked or it can't be infiltrated, we're also laying a second fiber optic line with 12 strands in it. And I know Dan McGagan could probably explain this a lot better than me. But we're putting another fiber optic line parallel with that, and we're going to have it as an opportunity for all of the political subdivisions in every county, or in every township, city, village in Mahoning County, have the ability to tap into it and utilize it in their area for whatever opportunities they have coming, whether it's partnering with an Armstrong or an AT&T or something to help generate additional business or additional connectivity. They'll have that opportunity down the road. And I'm sure that over the next 3 years, 36 months, that you'll see a lot of this coming to fruition, that we're very proud that we're been able to be part of and help generate it. We won't get into the ARPA funds and all those projects. I think they can run them on the screen, but we've always looked at the opportunity to provide ARPA funds to the county as a way to help people, nonprofits, small businesses, and infrastructure and economic development. And we've allocated probably, a quarter in each direction, with small businesses and small business loans, and trying to make sure that the people in this room and the small business owners make sure that we keep them afloat through difficult times. So we've had really an opportunity once in a lifetime to bring people to even on a lot of the things that were missing and funding that had been lost to them, local communities and other entities. So we're proud of that, the ARPA projects that have moved forward, and there's a lot of great things happening, and we're happy that you've given us that opportunity to serve. I'll let Anthony finish.
Thank you, and we appreciate you sitting through this with us. One thing I've always said, we're all in this together, folks. We have to survive together. We have to take care of one another. Sharing is caring. Be kind to people. Try to help people. Not everybody is as fortunate as many of us in this room. And that's one of the things that, I've always based my representation as a county commissioner is to remember those that need help who can't help themselves. And I think the ARPA money and the projects that we've done proves that. I want to thank all of you here as business people. We get it. Profit's not a dirty word. You know, we love capitalism. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a crime. And I respect all of you for what you try to do. You have employees, you have to pay health care, you have retirement. That's a big task. So we want to make sure that we do our part as commissioners to keep this community the way it is for your businesses can thrive. And I want to personally thank the Chamber, Guy Coviello, and all of his staff for putting these beautiful breakfasts and all that you do for our community. Thank you.
Very nicely said, fellas. Thank you for that update. Commissioner Trafficani, you mentioned leads are up, and you are not wrong. Leads are way up through the Jobs Ohio economic development system, and the Chamber, as the local economic development organization, and heading partnership with JO and our partners in Eastgate in the Port Authority. Anthony's in the back, I see him. And Valley Partners, we are answering that call. We are rising to that challenge. You saw Anthony Trafficani mentioned Altium Cell. We had Matt Dewan of Foxconn here, and then you probably saw in the news Graphite won a over $400 million investment into their supply chain. So it's a multiplying effect. The momentum is behind us, folks, and this community now more than ever is working together to seize that momentum. A few thank yous: Nothing Bundt Cakes, Express Employment Professionals, Shepherd of the Valley, Boak & Sons, Armstrong, Foxconn, Professional Engine Systems, Akron Children's Hospital. Thank you for your partnership in sponsorship and your partnership in helping us provide the best benefits we can to our members. Thank you to Dr. Pintar. Thank you to Jacob. Thank you, Commissioner Trafficani, Commissioner Ditzler. Folks, that concludes the event today. Have a profitable, productive Friday. We'll see you next time.